The Walking Dead is a popular series and fan favorite for quite a while now. The series is an American post-apocalyptic horror television series based on the popular comic book series by authors Robert Kirkman, Tony Monroe, and Charlie Adler, and together they form the core of The Walking Dead. It's filled with a lot of fan favorite characters, but not every single person on the show lived up to their great potential. Let's dig in. The Walking Dead franchise. As difficult and impossible it is to believe, The Walking Dead is in the midst of its very last episodes, with its 11th and final season set to end on November 20th. Fans of the long-running zombie show, however, don't need to worry about losing their beloved show, as several spin-offs and anthology series are in the works to keep the franchise alive. Although certain characters in The Walking Dead have become quite iconic among its popular fan base, the sheer number of personalities featured in the series makes it impossible for all to live up to their maximum potential. Fans on Reddit have spoken up about which characters they feel were utterly wasted during their time on the series. First up is Andrea. When asked which Walking Dead character was most wasted in the series, a Reddit user with the name EJD Smith responded, "I mean, based on their role in the comic, without a doubt from this list, the answer is definitely and indisputably Andrea." Laurie Holden's character came as a big surprise to many fans of Robert Kirkman's original comic book series. According to the source material, the comic, Andrea is one of the most important characters in the source material, surviving for much of the series run. Unfortunately, many fans of the series found Andrea to be most irritating and annoying character in The Walking Dead, leading to her early demise in the season 3 finale. Next, Dale. Having read the comics, a Reddit user Emiza is surprised at the inconsistency between Jeffrey DeMunn's Dale Horvath in the series compared to his literary counterpart. Emiza wrote on Reddit saying, "I'm shocked at how much story Dale has compared to the show. He would have been a really central character if AMC hadn't dropped Darabont. Despite the fact that he had a long tenure in the comics, Dale is killed off halfway through the show's second season, and this surprised many viewers considering the fact that he was one of the strongest characters in the series at the time." The decision to kill Dale was made when DeMunn, who was friends with then showrunner Frank Darabont, asked to be killed off following Darabont's exit from the series. Now for Abraham. While the majority of the Walking Dead fandom doesn't seem to have a problem with the way Abraham Ford was killed off the Walking Dead series, given that his death at the hands of Negan had a huge effect on Rick and the group, one fan by the handle of just_1_boy on Reddit has one grievance, citing that Abraham would have been great during the all-out war arc. Abraham was among the series' Firecrest fighters, who always came in handy in a skirmish. However, the showrunners decided to kill Michael Cudlitz's character just before the biggest war the show had ever seen. Fans will always be left to wonder what the Savior War might have actually looked like if Abraham was still alive to fight for Alexandria, and how things might have gone differently. We have Tyrese next. A Reddit user, Sebrabeck, had a lot of things to say regarding Chad L. Coleman's character, Tyrese Williams, who ends up dying in Season 5. According to Sebrabeck, the idea that basically a very soft person was inside a very powerful body was interesting and should have been explored deeper. He went ahead to say that, in a lot of ways, he was the exact opposite of Carol, which made their relationship interesting. Tyrese was quite an imposing presence on The Walking Dead and was a remarkably strong fighter, but his heart was one of the most recognizable aspects of his character. The willingness Tyrese had to forgive and go on fighting was truly astounding to most viewers, making it all the more upsetting and sad when he died suddenly. Many fans would definitely have liked to have seen more of Coleman's character, especially in the morally gray seasons that followed his demise. Now for Jesus. One of the most shocking wastes of a character is undoubtedly that of Paul Rovia, aka Jesus, who was played by Tom Payne. Reddit user break_bread42019 laments bitterly that the character Jesus was used for very little, despite being set up as a major player in the all-out war storyline, only to die a lot earlier than anyone expected. Although Rovia's death is an iconic and memorable part of The Walking Dead's 9th season, as it introduced the Whisperers to the series, many fans would have definitely loved to see his arc continue as a leader at the Hilltop community. Moreover, Jesus' character had intense fighting skills, and his combat readiness made it seem more strange to fans that he was killed so easily by a common Whisperer. Next, UT-Dog. A Walking Dead fan by the handle of Colby J. Malcolm believes that one of the franchise's original characters deserves more love from fans, claiming that Iron E. Singleton's Theodore T. T-Dog Douglas was among the show's wasted characters simply because he was underused. Although T-Dog is perhaps best known for his heroic death early in Season 3, the character had very little development in the first 2 seasons of the series and was more or less neglected. Despite possessing a friendly personality and the potential for greatness, the series opted to kill him off rather than delving deep into his characterization. Followed by Beth. Reddit user I Am the Peel had a miniature rant regarding the character of Emily Kenny's Beth Green, writing, "She was a background character from Season 2 to 4, had only 1 episode of development in Season 4 before disappearing, got brought back halfway into Season 5, and had just had 1 good episode that showed off how much she had grown as a survivor, only for her to be then killed off in the episode afterwards. Seriously wasted as a character." Beth was undoubtedly one of The Walking Dead's best original characters according to its fandom, who was only just beginning to grow in popularity when she was hastily killed off. Having been within seconds of salvation, Beth's death was all the more annoying and frustrating for fans of the series. And the Redditor's lengthy comment about Beth perfectly sums up how many fans felt cheated by the way her character was handled. Noah is next on our list. Wreckerman, who is a Reddit user, has a strong opinion when it comes to Tyler James Williams' character Noah, who appears throughout The Walking Dead's 5th season. Noah died a gruesome death while trapped in a revolving door terminal. Noah's character frustrated this Reddit user, who says, "Whenever I think about this character, I get angry." Halfway through Season 5 of The Walking Dead, Noah's presence indirectly in a way caused the deaths of 2 fan-favorite characters, Beth and Tyrese, in 2 back-to-back episodes. While The Walking Dead fandom was obviously devastated by this, they were obviously devastated by this, and this was because they were invested enough in Noah's story to accept the trade-off, expecting the series to do something major with his character moving forward. However, other obligations took Williams away from the series, dying only 5 episodes after Tyrese, having contributed only little to the series. Now for Axel. Fans would be forgiven if they had forgotten about the character Axel, Lou Temple's character from the prison arc, given his short tenure on the show. I Am the Peel, a Reddit user, argues that Axel was merely killed off for shock value, believing that the character of Axel could have become a bigger presence on the show if he had been allowed to survive beyond the first episode. Axel was the remaining surviving member of a group of prisoners to be introduced in Season 3. While most of these characters proved irredeemable, Axel truly sought to make up for his past crimes, and he ended up becoming a worthwhile ally for Rick's group. Additionally, his growing friendship with Carol Pelletier was cut quite short when he was suddenly shot in the head, ending his potential for future storylines in the Walking Dead franchise. Lastly is Lance Hornsby. Reddit user Abject Cellist 4896 believes that the Walking Dead series utterly wasted the character Lance Hornsby, who could have been the main villain of its final season. The Redditor complains by saying they were really building him up to be a major villain, and then they unceremoniously kill him off 4 episodes before the finale. Lance had so much screen time and so little effect on the actual plot. Josh Hamilton's character spends a huge part of Season 11 slowly growing more and more wicked and villainous over time, seemingly being set up as the main antagonist of the final season. However, he was just suddenly and disappointingly killed off a few episodes before the finale, leaving the audience to question his place in the series overall. The Walking Dead series has been an amazing and very interesting subject to cover. Which of the characters do you feel was wasted by the series? And do you also agree with our list of wasted characters from the series? Are you also looking forward to the final season of the series? Do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.